This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good Monday morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Jacqueline Matter.
And I'm Ray Collins. Certainly a beautiful weekend on the Suncoast, John Scalzi.
Yeah, it sure was. I mean, it was low relative humidity. Everything worked out well. No real rain showers. So all in all, it was beautiful out there. Comfortable nighttime lows, crisp daytime highs. And I think the trend for those 70s will be in the forecast again for us this week. I don't think we'll see anything in the way of 80s. But we will see a chance of a sprinkle or two around today. A little mix of sun and clouds in the forecast for you. No rain falling right now. Watch out for patchy morning fog. Could be dense in some places. A front sinking southward stalls south of us, and that leads to some unsettled weather. We'll talk all about that coming up in a few.
All right, thanks so much, John. We'll look forward to speaking with you. Taking a look at your roadways this morning, not a whole lot going on throughout Manatee County. Looks like traffic picking up a little bit on 301 and State Road 70. Otherwise, not a whole lot going on at 6 o'clock this morning. Sarasota County, pretty quiet this morning. Traffic picking up perhaps a little bit on Fruitville Road, but not a whole lot going on. Moving towards South County, all is quiet on I-75 as well. And topping our news at this hour, grief counselors will be on hand today at Heron Creek Middle School following the death of a teacher over the weekend.
Yeah, police say the teacher tried to kill her husband and then killed herself. Holly Fisher was found dead at her home on Dobbins Road in Northport early Saturday morning. Her husband, Jason, was also found with gunshot wounds to his hand and chest. He is now in stable condition. The investigation's ongoing. The principal says, Matthew Gruhl says, our entire school community is saddened by this tragic loss. She'll be deeply missed by our students as well as our staff.
And a 17-year-old girl is in the hospital following a boating accident on the Peace River in Punta Gorda this morning. According to emergency responders, the girl fell off the boat and was pulled into the propeller. She was airlifted to Lee Memorial Hospital. Her condition is unknown, and the accident is still under investigation. And Manatee County deputies are thanking 3 local boaters for their help in rescuing a family whose boat was taking on water on the Manatee River. The family called 911, but rescue boats were too far from the area to make it in time. That's when a nearby deputy went to the Regatta Point Marina and then asked for the help of 3 boaters. The group was able to pull the 2 men, 2 women, and a baby to safety. Law enforcement says it may have been a very different ending if not for the 3 good Samaritans.
Weekend DUI crackdown in Manatee County. The sheriff's office arrested 8 people in a countywide effort to get more drunk drivers off the road. One of the suspects refused a breathalyzer test. There were also arrests for possession of marijuana and driver's license violations as well. Meanwhile, the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office is warning residents of a new scam. Someone has been calling residents on behalf of the sheriff's office and demanding payment for outstanding warrants. If you get one of these calls, hang up and report the call.
Well, the Federal Aviation Administration is looking into what caused a small plane to crash at the Punta Gorda Airport. The lightweight plane went down in a wooded area and only the pilot was on board. He was then taken to a local hospital with minor injuries, and the investigation remains ongoing this morning. New this morning, cleanup is underway after 6,000 gallons of raw sewage spilled into a stormwater system here in Sarasota. The Florida Division of Emergency Management says it happened after a force main broke on Buccaneer Lane at the intersection of Buccaneer Court. Now you're taking a live look of where that spill actually happened. Cleanup had to wait until after the pipe could be repaired, and while there are still caution signs in the area, it seems all the work has been completed. Officials say no drinking water was affected by the spill, but you may have smelled some of what that spill left behind.
Glad it's not smell-o-vision here. If you want to take part in the upcoming elections next month in Sarasota County, today is the last day to register. The elections include the City of Northport special primary, City of Sarasota first election, and the Town of Longboat Keys general election. Applications are available at all elections offices, libraries, and military recruitment offices. The municipal elections will take place on Tuesday, March the 14th. School choice enrollment begins today in Sarasota County. Parents looking to enroll their kids in the district, regardless of where they live, will be able to pick up and fill out an application. They're available at any public school or on the district website. The deadline is Monday, March 20th. School assignments will be done through a randomized lottery process. Parents will be notified about those assignments on May 1st. Open enrollment in Manatee County is already underway. Governor Scott will be in Tampa today talking about his budget priorities for Florida. He'll talk about the financial impact of Visit Florida and Enterprise Florida. Some want to phase out those agencies. He'll also stop in Flagler Beach and Cape Coral as well. His discussion in Tampa will begin at noon at the Museum of Science and Industry.
Well, women around the Suncoast are having some fun to bring attention to a more serious issue. Dozens of women spent their weekend participating in flash mobs. Yes, you heard that right, at various places around our area here on the Suncoast. It was all part of the 1 Billion Rising flash mobs that are going on across the country this month. The national event is an effort to raise awareness of violence against women.
Raising awareness to me is just so powerful. The first way of change is raising awareness. We do have some men dancing, lots of ladies, and the dance teachers have been teaching free classes for the last 2 weeks all around Sarasota, Bradenton, Clearwater, St. Pete's.
Well, flash mobs dedicated to the cause were choreographed to the same song, Break the Chain. And you know, I even think I saw some women out there when I was at the farmer's market this weekend with babies on them. They were dancing with their babies in the little carriers, just killing it out there.
Yeah, I love the concept of flash mobs. People are planning stuff, you least expect it, all of a sudden the song comes on and they all know what they're doing.
Right.
Must take some time, too, to choreograph that.
Yeah.
I know, it would take twice as much time if I was a member of the...
Twice as long.
Twice as long,
That's
exactly. Some rain showers, not so much possible today, but maybe some sprinkles. We'll talk about that coming up in a few.
All right, well, still to come on Good Morning Suncoast, a warning for those looking for love online this Valentine's Day. Scammers now managing to get away with stealing thousands of your dollars through social media. And they're using our military to do so. You don't want to miss this story coming up right after the break.
I love big bling for little Ching. That's why I only wear Spectralite diamonds from Created Gems, or I wear nothing at all.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you weeknights at 5.
2 years ago, my son was born. Now he's running, playing, and learning to speak. When I look at him, I can't help but to see how free he is. I want my son to have the same freedom when he grows up. Protect our freedom of speech, not just for us, but for the future generations.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Ace is a place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Does it really matter what type of light bulb you use?
We have a huge selection of bulbs. I gave Stella LEDs because they can last up to 20 years.
Ace is a place that knows a lot can change in 20 years. Except these light bulbs.
Hi. Oh, sure.
Don't miss these February Red Hot buys on wild bird food and Scott's Bonus S Weed and Feed. 6 convenient Sarasota locations and now open in Bradenton, Northport, and soon Osprey.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
In town? On the town, The Mark offers landmark living in the center of everything you love about Sarasota. Priced from the 700s, spacious residences and elevated club-level amenities create a private oasis in the sky. Promenade shopping and dining put the best of downtown downstairs. Sales gallery open daily at the corner of Pineapple and State Street just south of Maine. The Mark, Sarasota. Presented by Coulter.
Contemporary Cabinetry and Closet Concepts. Our strength is in building a relationship with our clients. Locally owned and operated for over 30 years. When you organize your home, you simplify your life. Call today for a free in-home consultation or visit the web at contemporarycabinetry.srq.com.
Don't hate me because I'm blingable. Get your bling on with affordable Spectralite diamonds exclusively at Created Gems in Gold and Silver, where you always get big bling for little ching.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
So far, so good on the fog front. We don't have any issues across the region. The little bit of fog that we did have in Sarasota County seems to have mixed away. It's certainly not being reported at this hour. Nevertheless, there is that chance that some of that patchy fog could lead to reduced visibilities over the course of the next hour or two. 63 our temperature, dew point is at 62, so we're within a degree, and the west winds are fairly light, coming in at about 5. Clear skies overnight, leading to that issue with the potential fog. 60 Wauchula, 61 Arcadia, 60 Mayaca City, 61 Perry, 62 Bradenton, Lakewood Ranch, Northport, 63 Punta Gorda. Double 64s in Venice and in Inglewood, and 67 degrees out at Longboat Key. No rain falling across the region currently, obviously. I don't think we'll see much in the way of rainfall today, though the potential for some patchy drizzle does exist. A little later on this afternoon, we have a frontal boundary sinking southward, attached to an area of low pressure back to the west that is producing some rain showers back here. Albuquerque might see a little bit of rainfall today, maybe some low ceilings that could lead to some airport delays. Austin, perhaps. Otherwise, the Northeast seeing some rain showers and some snow showers, especially some lake effect snows. Otherwise, high pressure brings most of the country some pretty quiet weather today. This high pressure ridge will be building in behind a cold front that will gradually be sinking southward throughout the day. So after the lunchtime hour, I think you can probably expect to see things kind of cloud up just a little bit. And maybe from a few of those clouds, a drop or two of sprinkle, but nothing in the way of any kind of rain showers associated with this front. We won't see that. High pressure builds in, or tries to anyway, but the front kind of stalls out just to our south. We could tomorrow get some kind of overriding situation with that front, leading to a little extra cloud cover around here, and maybe an isolated sprinkle tomorrow afternoon, but it would be very isolated, and it would be gone by the time the evening hours approach. A low pressure area back to the west will provide a cold front, a little bit stronger one as we head into Wednesday, so we'll be watching for that. That'll bring us a better chance of rainfall on Wednesday. Sun cloud makes isolated sprinkles and maybe some overnight fog toward dawn again tomorrow morning. Fog could be a problem once again. Watch the RPM computer model, put it into motion. The front located just to our north, producing a little extra cloud cover up here, sinks southward and kind of stalls out down here, bringing in unstable weather. Then eventually that front approaches from the west. As that happens, we start to get more of a southerly flow of air. I think our humidity may be going up a little bit tomorrow night into Wednesday morning, and then on Wednesday the front will approach, bringing us better chances of rain. You'll see that reflected in the extended range forecast. North wind today shifting a little more easterly during the evening and overnight, coming in at about 10. That'll bring you 2-foot seas and a light chop on your bay and inland waters. Couple of tides to talk about. Low tide comes at 8:40 this morning. High tide at 2:17, and then another low tide at 8:35. Forecast calls for some pretty nice weather this week. We will get a chance at some rain showers, particularly Wednesday and Saturday with 2 slightly stronger fronts. But none of those fronts are really going to plunge us into some terribly cold weather. Thursday morning, we may hit 70. Some places will see upper 60s, but that's about as cold as it gets this week. Back to you.
All right, let's check the roads right now as you wake up on this Monday morning. Manatee County, nothing much to report. Some build-up at State Road 70, just east of 301, heading in the westbound lanes down into Sarasota County. Slow down right now at 301 southbound around Martin Luther King, and then in South County. Nothing much to report as you wake up at 6:15 on this Monday morning.
Well, as Valentine's Day approaches, a new warning for those looking for love on the internet. Online scams of a romantic nature are now costing Americans hundreds of millions of dollars. ABC's Adrienne Bankert has the story.
A warning for those seeking love online.
Baby, he says, I can't wait to come and be with you, and we're going to get married right away.
Judy Shoemaker befriended a man on Facebook who claimed to be an Army major serving in Iraq. And soon, her online Romeo asked Shoemaker to pay for what he called an honorable discharge fee of $3,400. That was Shoemaker's red flag. Her sweetheart was a scammer. Foreign criminals use images of real soldiers serving overseas and create a false identity with fake social media accounts.
For these men that would fight for our country and use them like this, I think it's a horrible act.
The FBI says scams like this cost victims an average of $15,000 to $20,000. Experts say pay attention to email addresses. Military members have addresses ending in .mil. And be suspicious if they say they can't write or receive mail or ask you to send letters to a third party. And never respond to requests for money.
Judy figured it out before it was too late, but last year criminals cheated victims out of $203 million in sweetheart scams just like these. Adrienne Bankert, ABC News, New York.
Some consumer news now. If you have Sargento cheese in the fridge, you might want to throw it out. Here's why. Sargento Foods is recalling a special cheese due to a risk of listeria. Recalled products include ultra-thin sliced Longhorn Colby. The sell-by dates are April 12th, May 10th, 2017. 8-ounce packages of Sargento Chef blends, shredded nacho and taco cheese also affected. Sell-by dates June 14th, July 12th. So far, no incidents have been reported. If you want to get through the airport screening faster, here's your chance. The TSA is offering a pre-check enrollment event beginning today at the airport in Sarasota. You can enroll during normal business hours, 8 to 5. Those accepted will not need to remove their shoes, liquids, laptops, jackets, or belts during security checks for flights. Not bad.
Well, Verizon customers who want unlimited data will now have that option. The company is bringing back its data plan that was scrapped about 6 years ago. This as some of Verizon's competitors have already reintroduced unlimited plans. For just $80 a month, customers will also get up to 10 gigabytes of mobile hotspot usage, plus calling and texting to Canada and Mexico. Well, some bad news for those who like heading to the happiest place on earth. It's now going to cost you more to get in those doors. Walt Disney World officials say the park will be increasing single-day ticket prices at certain times of the year. There will also be expiration dates on tickets in an effort to prevent overcrowding during its busiest times. But those expired tickets can be exchanged for credit toward new tickets. Value days for Magic Kingdom will now cost you $107 for adults and $101 for children, a $2 increase from the previous prices.
We'll keep on raising prices until the crowds tail off, and doesn't happen yet.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, everybody loves Disney, right? It's a great market there.
They seem to. 6:18 right now, still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast.
An update on the tragic accident that killed a boy on a water slide during a family vacation over the summer. His parents now speaking out for the first time. That's coming up next.
There's a whole new way to bank with Achieva Checking Plus. You get new features like cell phone protection for 3 phones, plus an interest-bearing account. And that's good to know. Discover all the benefits at achievacu.com. Achieva, banking for good. Achieva Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
Struggling with being single on the Suncoast? Let ABC 7 be your Cupid.
And this woman comes along and just stole my heart.
Throughout Valentine's Day week, whether you're young or young at heart.
And we've even had a 90-year-old man come in, and, you know, you're never too old to want to be in love.
There are many ways to find your special someone. It all starts with a look inside the world of professional matchmaking. Monday on ABC 7 News at 11.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School, serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC 7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Attention small business owners. Penn Funding announces the easiest and fastest business funding program, the Platinum Business Account.
We needed cash fast. Business is good, but this is an emergency. We needed some new equipment, and the banks wouldn't help us.
At Penn Funding, we like to say, yes, you're approved. With your Platinum Business Account, you could qualify for up to $50,000 or more. This amazing new business account funding program is so effective, you could have the cash you need in just days.
I called, spoke with an agent who pre-qualified us, and connected me.
Call now for your Platinum Business Account. If you've been in business for at least 6 months, you could qualify for up to $50,000 or more in just days.
I called Penn Funding and had my money fast.
Need cash for your business? Call Penn Funding now.
Call 800-658-3433. 800-658-3433.
I am an originalist.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help. With Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sunny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
There's a whole new way to bank with Achieva Checking Plus. You get new features like full ID theft protection, and that's good to know. Discover all the benefits at achievacu.com. Achieva, banking for good. Achieva Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
Time for a peek outdoors. We love to show you the downtown area around this time of the day. It looks so beautiful, doesn't it?
Oh, yes, look at the bay there. It looks amazing out there. Beautiful shot this morning. I mean, the lights just light up the whole downtown area.
Yeah,
looks
nice
great.
shot. Nice time of day to watch. 6:22 right now on this Monday morning.
Well, the parents of a 10-year-old boy killed on a water slide last summer are now speaking out for the first time.
ABC's Matt Gutman has their tragic story.
In this morning's GMA First Look, the parents of Caleb Schwab, the 10-year-old killed in a tragic water park accident, speaking out for the first time. Last August, the Schwabs decided to take their 4 boys, including Caleb, to the Schlitterbahn water park. Caleb and his 12-year-old brother, Nathan, went straight to the 170-foot scaffold of verrückt, which means insane in German.
Before they took off, I said, brothers stick together. And he says, I know, Dad. I said, look at me. Brothers stick together. I know, Dad. Okay.
It was the last time they'd see Caleb alive. Big brother Nathan dutifully waited for him at the bottom when the unimaginable happened.
He was screaming. He flew from verrückt. He flew from verrückt.
And you'll hear much more of our emotional interview coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Matt Gutman, ABC News, New York.
Hey, searching for a great used car?
I don't want one that's had a big wreck.
Just say, show me cars with no accidents reported. Find the cars you want, avoid the ones you don't. Plus, you get a free Carfax report with every listing.
I like it.
Start your used car search at Carfax.com.
What I love most about Tempur-Pedic mattresses is that they contour to your body. It keeps us comfortable and asleep at night.
Save up to $500 on a new Tempur-Pedic now through February 26. Get your Tempur-Pedic today, the most highly recommended bed in America.
When did mixing food with not food become food? Thankfully, at Panera, 100% of our food is 100% clean. No artificial preservatives, sweeteners, flavors, or colors. Panera, food as it should be.
The official Suncoast Storm team at ABC 7. We're here for you.
Designers do it with style.
Tell me what's going on here.
Why, you don't like my hair?
The Mark and Mandy Show. In-depth design ideas.
What is up with the tuck tape here? Let's cover it up.
Amazing beauty and fashion tips.
So Halle Berry has amazing skin. Her secret is coffee grounds. No.
Delicious recipes.
Today, I'm going to show you a special dish that is sure to please that special someone in your life.
Watch the Mark and Mandy Show right here on your favorite channel.
Come out to the best party of the season, the Goodwill Mardi Gras Gala on February 28th at Michael's on E. Tickets at experiencegoodwill.org.
Are you paying too much for your cable or satellite TV? The U.S. government passed a bill mandating free over-the-air digital transmission of all broadcast network television channels. That means with the new TV Freeway digital antenna, you can get free HD programming from your favorite broadcast networks 24/7 without a bill. You just plug it into the back of your TV and start watching all of your favorite broadcast programs for free. There are no contracts to sign, no hidden fees, and no monthly fees. Just free HD broadcast TV. Take it with you anywhere. Call or go online now to get your TV Freeway stick for the incredibly low price of only $14.99. But wait, call or click now and you can get a second TV Freeway stick for a second TV. Just pay a separate fee, but you have to order right now.
Call 1-800-809-5196 to get your TV Freeway. Call now or go to tvfreeway.com. So call 1-800-809-5196. This offer's not in any store. Call now.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Gold fever is at an all-time high in the Sunshine State with the new Gold Rush Doubler family of scratch-off games. Everyone is rushing to Florida to strike it doubly rich. With over $1 billion in total cash prizes, the Florida Gold Rush is on. The Florida Lottery. Just imagine.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, evacuations underway in California as concern grows over an eroding dam.
Plus, months after a boating crash killed Miami Marlins pitcher Jose Fernandez, his family now facing a lawsuit in that accident.
And a shark encounter puts a Florida surfer in the hospital. We'll show you where it happened.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning, 6:28 right now. Glad you're with us. I'm Ray Collins.
And I'm Jacqueline Matter alongside John Scalzi. It was a beautiful weekend, a beautiful moon outside last night as well. Probably still out there.
Gorgeous, gorgeous moon out there right now. You may notice a little bit of a halo around it, an indication of the moisture that's in our atmosphere, bringing us a slight chance at some fog this morning, as well as some drizzle this afternoon. But other than that, it's going to be a pretty nice day, I think.
Nice weekend, I'll tell you.
Beautiful. Oh, it's gorgeous. Yeah. Take a look at the Titan radar here. You might be able to make out some little pinpoint areas of echo return in the northern Gulf waters. That's a cold front, and that's about as bad as it's going to get today. Just little areas of patchy drizzle. Otherwise, we're looking at some pretty nice weather, I think. Daytime highs top out in the mid-70s. Yeah, we'll have a little cloud cover this afternoon, I think, and there's that isolated small chance of some sprinkles. But otherwise, a pretty decent day. Tomorrow, not bad either. We'll take a look at the Valentine's Day forecast in just a minute.
All right, we will check back in with you shortly. Taking a look at your Suncoast traffic, looks like Skyway Bridge is free and clear of anything going on in that direction, but Manatee County traffic picking up at 6:30 this morning, so looks like you might want to keep an eye out for that Heading towards Sarasota County, traffic picking up on 41 towards Bee Ridge and between Bee Ridge and Fruitville. But other than that, pretty quiet towards South County. Traffic picking up a little bit more congestion towards Venice. But I-75 clear in both directions on this Monday morning.
All right, our top story this half hour. Evacuations are underway in California around the nation's highest dam.
That's right. It could flood the entire area for the first time in nearly 50 years. Reed Binion has that story.
I just got a text message and an alert just saying get out as fast as you can, and there's fire trucks that are going up and down our street.
Residents near Lake Oroville in California ordered to evacuate to higher ground as authorities address damage to a spillway on the nation's highest dam.
We packed up our dogs and lifted up our couches and just got ready because we live right downtown on 5th and High.
This after water began gushing over the affected spillway at the Oroville Dam after a rainy winter season that has caused Lake Oroville to swell nearly to the point of overflowing.
When you start to erode the ground and the dirt and everything else starts to roll off the hill, it starts to undermine itself.
CAL FIRE Incident Commander Kevin Lawson emphasizing the consequences of the erosion.
If that is not addressed and we don't take care of that and mitigate it properly, essentially what we're looking at is approximately a 30-foot wall of water that would be coming out of the lake. Not the lake draining, but a 30-foot wall of water.
Authorities hoping to avert crisis, saying the erosion is not advancing as quickly as initially thought. Officials say they will try to plug the hole in the emergency spillway with rocks, using helicopters to drop the rocks into a crevice on top of the erosion. I'm Reed Binion reporting.
National news, another massive snowstorm is making its way through the Northeast this morning. Weather alerts in effect overnight from Virginia to Maine, with up to 2 feet of snow falling in some parts of the region. Wind gusts could even top 50 miles an hour. Now the storm comes just days after a major nor'easter hit the area. Several schools are still closed today due to all that snow. And at the airports, more than 1,400 flights delayed and 800 more canceled. Now, most flights are on schedule here at SRQ, with only one flight to Boston being canceled and one delay to Atlanta. However, travelers should check their flight status before leaving for the airport, just in case.
An emergency meeting is set for today by the UN Security Council about North Korea's latest missile test over the weekend. A North Korean news agency says a medium-range missile was tested Sunday morning. Officials say the missile flew about 300 miles before crashing into the sea. It's North Korea's first test since President Trump took office, and it was strongly condemned by Japan and South Korea, who requested today's UN meeting. The American Civil Liberties Union says it's received a big boost in donations ever since Donald Trump took office. The nearly century-old organization says membership has more than doubled since the election to about 1 million members. The ACLU has also received almost $80 million in donations. They say the boost will allow them to spend more money on their state operations.
A federal judge in Washington, D.C. will hear arguments today on whether to stop work on the $3.8 billion Dakota Access Pipeline. The Standing Rock and Cheyenne River Sioux argue that the pipeline threatens drinking water and cultural sites. Now, those tribes also say it threatens their freedom of religion, which depends on pure water. Last week, the developer of the pipeline received final approval from the Army Corps of Engineers to lay pipe under that Missouri River in North Dakota. Work will continue pending the outcome of this afternoon's hearings. Some people in Oklahoma have been evacuated from their homes due to an approaching wildfire that started near Oklahoma City. The flames damaging farm structures and campers over 800 acres. Now the Army National Guard helicopters are dropping water over the area as the Oklahoma Forestry Services on the ground work with local firefighters to put out those flames. Most of the fire, though, has been put out, but crews are keeping an eye on some hot spots.
Back here in Florida, the families of the 2 men who were killed with Miami Marlins pitcher Jose Fernandez last fall are now suing his estate about that boating accident. The families of Christopher Royer and Emilio Jesus Messias are seeking $2 million each. Police say Fernandez had cocaine and alcohol in his system at the time of the boat crash last September, though it's not clear who was driving. The attorney for the Fernandez's family says a settlement is highly unlikely. In Georgia, a former Miami Dolphins linebacker was killed after his house caught fire this weekend. Quentin Moses, as well as Andrea Goddard and 10-year-old Jasmine Goddard, were all killed when the fire broke out. Neighbors tried to help them, but the flames were too much. Moses had played for the Dolphins since 2007 to 2010. He was recently coaching a nearby college, and neighbors say they will be missed.
Friends and my daughter's friend, so I just feel really bad for her family.
Very sad story there. The cause of that fire is still under investigation.
Well, an Orlando police officer who thought a donut glaze was meth has now resigned from her position. Orlando Police Corporal Shelby Riggs Hopkins was never trained to test narcotics before she arrested Dan Rushing in July of 2016 on methamphetamine charges. At the time, Rushing insisted that the substance was sugar, despite 2 positive drug tests. The crime lab did find that those tests were incorrect, and prosecutors eventually dropped the drug charge against Rushing, who has since filed a lawsuit against the city of Orlando. In the wake of this case, though, Orlando police ordered that every officer in that department take a review course on the field drug tests and then pass a follow-up exam. An 18-year-old Florida man is recovering at his home in Malabar after a frightening encounter with a shark. The attack happened just off of Melbourne Beach. The young surfer, Daniel Rice, taking his board out on the water when he says he got wiped out by a wave.
When I tried paddling back out, I stuck my hand in the water, and all of a sudden, I felt the teeth of some other shark in my hand. But when I looked at it, I got really scared how deep it was, and I was like, this is the real deal, and I had to like really get out.
Now, a witness rushed into the water and pulled Rice onto his board and then pushed him to shore. Once on land, they wrapped his hand in a towel, called 911, and when asked if he would go back into the water, Rice did say he may hesitate for a minute before he ultimately decides to get back in.
Wow. I was bit by a stingray 25 years ago. I've not forgotten that.
Are you afraid to go back in the water?
Well, I don't love it. I wonder what's around me sometimes inside the water, don't you?
I'd like to say that I'm a big, brave boy who says that, you know, the chance of getting a shark bite is minuscule, much less than, you know, crossing the street. And a little bit.
I know.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I think about it. You know, Jaws, I see our news stories and things. A kid like this, you know, and a little bit. I shouldn't be.
I prefer the pool myself.
Yes, yes. Or at least somewhere where I can see what's below me.
Luckily, Gulf water is not quite as susceptible as like New Smyrna Beach or whatever. We have some pretty decent days in store for us today and tomorrow and the day after, with chances of rain, which we need, and sunshine as well. We'll talk all about the forecast in a second.
There's a whole new way to bank with Achieva Checking Plus. You get new features like cell phone protection for 3 phones, plus an interest-bearing account. And that's good to know. Discover all the benefits at AchievaCU.com. Achieva, banking for good. Achieva Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
If you're depressed, drinking, and using drugs, you may need help. And the Affordable Care Act guarantees coverage of substance abuse. Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Are you losing hope? You can recover and get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven, gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares.
Call 1-800-764-8708. That's 1-800-764-8708.
Flooring Depot has been serving Sarasota and Manatee counties for over 20 years with the best products and installation. Flooring Depot offers carpet, tile, hardwood, and more. Before you buy, give us a try. Stop by our showroom or visit us on the web at bestvaluecarpet.com.
Luxury for less at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKC Sports Utility for $249 per month or a 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We are proud to introduce the newest addition to the Lincoln lineup, the all-new 2017 Lincoln Continental. We have a great selection and ready for immediate delivery. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We're located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
Florida's last private island is a waterfront lifestyle like no other. This is Harbor Isle, just 5 minutes from the sugar sand beaches of Anna Maria Island. This sunsplash paradise invites you to enjoy natural adventures and all the recreation of a tropical resort. Island coach homes and waterfront condos are now available from the high 400s. Don't miss the Luxury by the Bay event, Saturday, January 21st from noon till 4 p.m. at Harbor Isle. Water ski show, luxury cars, wine tasting, model home tours, and more.
There's a whole new way to bank with Achieva Checking Plus. You get new features like full ID theft protection, and that's good to know. Discover all the benefits at achievacu.com. Achieva, banking for good. Achieva Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
As far as fog goes, not really a problem across the Suncoast. We have right now some pretty nice conditions out there, though I will tell you there is the potential for fog to develop, particularly in inland areas, so watch for that. It could happen all the way through about an hour after dawn, so we'll watch for it. I know it's pretty thick to the north of us, so the potential exists because temperature and dew point are so close together. 63-degree air temperature, dew point coming in at 62. West wind at about 5 under clear skies, that light wind, clear skies, and that thin layer of moisture all kind of combining together to bring us the potential for some patchy fog around the region. 60 Wauchula, Arcadia, Mayaca, 62 Parrish, Bradenton at 61, Lakewood Ranch 62, Northport comes in at 61. We have 65 degrees now in Venice, 64 in Inglewood, 67 degrees at Longboat Key. Across the region, no rain is falling here, but you look just a little bit further to the north, and you can kind of make out these little pinpoint areas of light drizzle falling out in Gulf waters. That's about as bad as it's going to get today, really. There's a front located just about here, sinking southward, that's producing some of these areas of patchy drizzle, and you can see there's a little bit of cloud cover associated with it, too. Low clouds, these are infrared images picking up the heat of the clouds, and so we're not getting a whole lot from this system, but as it sinks southward across the region, the tendency will be for it to kind of kick up a cloud or two and bring us, especially during the afternoon hours, potentially some little areas of patchy drizzle. The big area of low pressure winding up around Cape Cod offshore, moving up toward Nova Scotia, bringing some heavy snow to parts of Maine today, as well as some pretty gusty winds, even down as far south as parts of upstate New York, getting some very strong winds. Wind advisories up for them. And the winds coming down out of Canada, crossing the Great Lakes, producing some lake effect snows. Back to the west, an area of low pressure developing will eventually drag a stronger cold front through our area, bringing us better chances of Wednesday rains, but a lot of the country enjoying high pressure. Certainly California getting a few days to kind of dry out, which is great news for Northern California, obviously. They will get another chance of some rainfall as we head into probably Wednesday into Thursday time frame with the system that's still offshore. And that could threaten the Orville Dam there because, again, we'll be looking at the location of that town just at the foothills of the mountains, so they get good lift. You could get a 2-inch rainfall from the next system moving onshore, which is certainly would exacerbate the problem. High pressure builds in behind the front that stalls out, kind of washes away a little bit down to the south tomorrow, so it's not going to be a big threat for us. Could produce a little extra cloud cover. Maybe one location might get a drop or two of sprinkles in the afternoon, but other than that, it should be a very pleasant evening tomorrow night. We'll wait for that low pressure to arrive on Wednesday with better chances of rain. Sun cloud mix, isolated sprinkle today, and then we'll watch for that again tomorrow morning. The potential for some overnight fog to develop toward dawn, so we'll have to keep an eye out for that. Forecast looks good for boaters today, not too bad. You'll have a sprinkle or two possible in the afternoon, otherwise north wind switching around to the east at about 10 knots as that front stalls out just to our south. That'll give you a light chop and 2-foot seas. Forecast looks pretty good. We'll look for chances of rain this week, which is not a bad thing. We could use it. And Old Cupid should be staying pretty dry, I think, tomorrow. Now, all celebrations, I know there's lots of Renew Your Vow celebrations around, and both of those big events should go off without a hitch, I would think.
All right.
Back to you.
Good to hear.
Or
Thank you, John.
multiple hitches.
Let's check the roads right now as you wake up on this Monday morning. So far, so good. Except for one issue right there at State Road 70 and 301, an accident already this morning. So avoid that. Take US 41 if you can, or 75 if need be. So right now, that's a trouble spot. As we head farther into Sarasota County, no problems so far this morning. As far as South County goes, a little slow down there in Venice, but nothing too much to speak of. We'll have updates throughout the morning. Right now, 6:45 as you wake up on this Monday morning.
All right. Well, right here is a question for you. Do you think your wife is happy?
I would hope so, yes.
Well, we've all heard the saying, happy wife, happy life,
Right.
of course. And now new research is showing that that saying may actually be true.
Yeah, a study of about 2,000 couples 50 and over, researchers found that people who reported having happy spouses also reported having better health. Experts believe that the association between a happy spouse and a healthy life is that spouses are more likely to provide social support and get their partners involved in regular exercise, healthy eating, and getting more sleep. I know it's true with me. It doesn't just apply to couples either.
The associations, if you have friends who are happy, if you have friends who have happy marriages, you're much more likely to have a happy marriage. You're much more likely to have friends who do the same activity.
Previous studies have shown that men over 50 who are happily married age between 3 and 8 years less than men who are single. Meantime, happily married women age just 2 years less than single women. Interesting.
Interesting. Well, that is a great aspect to go with on this Valentine's Day.
That's true.
And it is just 24 days away from the Day of Love. Now, we spoke to some people here on the Suncoast about what they think of when they hear that 4-letter word of love.
Yes, 24 hours away indeed. While many plan on grabbing some chocolates and flowers tomorrow, others just want to spend time with people that mean the most to them. Our photojournalist Sammy Chodo has the story.
What do you guys think of when you hear the word love?
I think of him.
Yeah, and I think of her. Love? You mean real love? It's kind of like finding a needle in a haystack. Mostly love is not love, but it exists if you're really, really lucky. It's kind of like winning the lotto.
The expressions to each other more than the gifts or the little hearts. I think just expressing your love for each other, making it a special day.
What do I think of when I first hear the word love? Dog.
Do you guys have any plans for Valentine's Day?
No. I'm just going to spend it with friends, probably, so I just bought gifts for them.
I hope my girlfriend's not watching. I don't like Valentine's Day, actually. I think it's overrated.
I think definitely every day should be shown love.
For years I've been coming to Beneva Flowers. Wonderful flowers. I love the roses. They're big and they're beautiful and they last for a long time.
We've been here for 30 years, so our customers know this is a staple, and people come in here all the time. It's a joy for them to walk in, smell the flowers, see everything. They'll place the order and we'll deliver it, or we'll phone it out in an outer state and have it delivered.
Valentine's Day, it's really a nice time to remember and to think about what a good life you have. And so you've got to find a gift that's commensurate with that. Roses, what's better than roses?
Beautiful, beautiful.
Roses are very expensive this week only, it seems.
Very true. Well, here at ABC7, we want to see how you're preparing for the Valentine's Day holiday. We invite you to write to us about what you're planning to do to surprise your sweetheart. Just log on to Facebook, send us a message, and we promise we won't give away all your secrets before they find out. Now, the best ideas may also be featured on our show.
That's right. Tomorrow we'll have some ideas to pass along to you.
Yeah, definitely. Well, in entertainment news this morning, Adele waking up the big winner following last night's Grammy Awards.
Yeah, the singer opened up the show by singing her hit song, Hello, which won Record of the Year. She then returned to the stage to pay tribute to the late George Michael, literally stopping the show when her first stab at the song wasn't just right. Watch this.
Please start it again. I'm sorry, I can't mess this up for him.
That's live TV. That's all right. Adele won the most awards last night, taking home 5, including Album of the Year for 25. The late David Bowie tied Adele as Black Star received 5 Grammys, more than Bowie ever won when he was alive.
Well, she certainly has a set of lungs, that's for sure.
Yeah.
At the box office this weekend, romance proved to be no match for superheroes. The family-friendly Lego Batman movie beat out 50 Shades Darker to take the top spot. The Lego movie spin-off took in $55 million over the weekend, while 50 Shades sequel pulled in $46 million. John Wick Chapter 2 earned $30 million to take that 3rd place.
Fans of Prince could soon be able to own a piece of his belongings. The beaded jacket that Prince wore back in the 1986 film Under the Cherry Moon, and other items up for auction that includes a black and white striped bolero jacket, a document he signed to play in the Purple Rain movie, and handwritten lyrics for the Screams of Passion. The auction wraps up Thursday. Prince passed away last April at the age of 57. I've got a movie review for you. I finally saw Manchester by the Sea last night.
Ah, okay.
Wanted to see it.
Yeah.
Give it a B+. A little slow.
Okay. I've been meaning to see a few movies, so I think I might have to head out to Center Bistro. I've been wanting to try that area.
That's a fun place, yeah.
Well, still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast.
History is made at Nathan Benderson Park. We'll show you what world record has been broken and what one Florida man had to do to break it. Next.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
I'm Alan Cohn, representing the Suncoast. Do at-large seats on our local commissions take the voice from some neighborhoods we investigate?
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you. Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, restaurant guide, and more. Go to mysuncoast.com/dining.
I'm calling in regards about my mother, and I'm here, and I just want to thank you because it saved my mother's life yesterday. And I'd like to know the names of the people that came in and saved her so I could call and thank them. And she's doing fine. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you.
When you fall and cannot get up, an accident can turn into a tragedy. But with Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast. Life Alert saves a person from a catastrophe every 10 minutes.
Life Alert is a lifesaver. If it weren't for Life Alert, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-652-3012. That's 1-800-652-3012. Call now, 1-800-652-3012. For a free brochure, call 1-800-652-3012.
Go ahead. Make a fashion statement. Demand something more than just ordinary. Capture elegance in every turn and drive with flair. Where beautiful styling is standard. Stop in and take a test drive. I'll guarantee you'll never go back to plain vanilla again. The all-new 2017 Fiat 500 starting at $14,999. Only at Sunset Fiat in Sarasota.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Join us for Sarasota Opera's 2017 Winter Festival, opening February 11th. Featuring Puccini's most famous opera, Madame Butterfly, Rossini's delightful comedy, The Italian Girl in Algiers, Poulenc's heartbreaking Dialogues of the Carmelites, and the medieval thriller, The Love of Three Kings by Italo Montemezzi. Tickets are on sale now. Call 941-328-1300 or visit sarasotaopera.org.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Well, you might want to avoid the area of 301 around State Road 70, an accident there, which is already a busy spot to begin with. So you could take 14th Street to the west or I-75 to the east, but right now really difficult there as we head farther now into Sarasota County. Nothing major to speak of right now. And farther into South County, so far so good for the most part as you head out on this Monday morning. John?
Well, we're looking at some pretty nice weather today, I think. A little bit of extra cloud cover around, a slight chance at some patchy drizzle, but all in all, a pleasant day. Daytime highs in the mid-70s. Tomorrow looks great, mostly sunny to partly sunny. Slightest little chance of a sprinkle in the afternoon in some locations, but not a very big chance, less than 10% in fact. And it should be a very pleasant evening as well. The next 2 good chances of rain will come Wednesday and Saturday.
Loving that little Valentine's Day graphic you have on your forecast there, John. We'll take a look at this. A Guinness World Record has been set right here on the Suncoast. Robert Norman of Inverness, Florida, broke the world record for paddle boarding, the greatest distance in 24 hours. Norman paddled a total of 38 laps around the lake at Nathan Benderson Park. He set the record Saturday at noon after paddling a total of 111 miles. Holy moly. Well, leading up to that event, Norman would go out and paddle for up to 12 hours at a time to train for that world record.
I mean, that is hard work.
Yeah.
Wow. That is a real workout.
I've been meaning to try and get out and learn how to paddleboard.
Yeah.
I heard it's a great exercise and great that he was able to, right here locally, Nathan Benderson Park, the lake there. Great place to do it.
Well, we had a great weekend. We were together at the Oslo, of course, on Saturday. You were at the circus, and then I took this picture on Sunday. We were walking down the Sarasota Arts Festival. This is right down Main Street between Orange and Lynx. Hundreds of booths were set up. Beautiful day, a great singer as well. So hope you all enjoyed your time in paradise this past weekend.
Definitely.
Yeah. Nice
Wonderful weekend.
Looks like a great week ahead. We do have a couple of chances of rainfall this week, which are nice. We could use a little rainfall around, so that'll be pleasant as well if we get some of that.
All right. Stick around. Good Morning America is coming up next.